Since the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, many high-profile Russians have lost their lives under mysterious circumstances. Several others have been put under house arrest or dumped in jail. These people have influential military, business, or political backgrounds. It seems scientists whose work involves military applications are also being hounded. Vladimir Putin's regime has jailed one of the world's top hypersonic missile scientists for high treason after he was accused of leaking Russian secrets to the West. Professor Anatoly Gubanov, age 66, is the latest leading academic to be put behind bars. Moscow City Court's press service confirmed that Gubanov had been sentenced to 12 years in maximum security prison. He's an expert on hypersonic technology and was detained in Moscow in December 2020. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how paranoid President Putin is killing Russia's hypersonic weapons advantage. Let's get into the details. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. An object is said to be hypersonic once it exceeds the speed of Mach 5, which is 5 times the speed of sound. This is about 1,715 meters per second, or 3,836 miles per hour, or 6,174 kilometers per hour. Hypersonic technology is being weaponized. The extreme speed of hypersonic weapons and the ability to fly in unpredictable paths give them a much higher probability of penetrating modern air defenses. They'll be very hard to track, let alone intercept. It's to be noted that traditional ballistic missiles also reach hypersonic speed when they descend down on the target, but they follow a predictable, predefined parabolic path which leaves scope for interception by anti-ballistic missile defense systems. There are 3 methods being applied to make hypersonic weapons, and Russia's deployed one of each type. 1. Using a scramjet engine. Russia developed the Zircon missile with this. 2. Through the use of hypersonic glide vehicle, or HGV. Avangard is using this technique. 3. Using ALBM, or air-launched ballistic missiles. Kinzhal missile, which has been used in Ukraine, is of this type. So Russia's doing very well when it comes to hypersonic weapons. It's interesting to note that the US has not been able to field a single hypersonic weapon till now. There is great concern regarding this. Gubanov served as the head of the Classified Aerodynamics of Aircraft and Rocket Department at the Central Aero Hydrodynamic Institute, TSAGI, in Zhukovsky, Moscow. He'd been granted permission on 3 separate occasions to share information regarding Russian research with a project managed by the European Space Agency, known as Hexafly INT. This collaborative initiative involved experts from various countries, including the United Kingdom, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, and Australia. Interfax says the professor is suspected of passing information consisting of state secrets abroad or committing other acts aimed against the security of Russia in the interests of a foreign state, organization, or representatives. When he was held, colleagues told Interfax they were surprised by the arrest of a man respected by his students. One of Gubanov's associates, Valery Glubkin, age 70, was sentenced to 12 years in prison in June. Russia has accused both individuals of sharing classified information with a NATO member country. Importantly, the cases of Anatoly Gubanov and Valery Glubkin are not isolated. Additionally, there are 3 hypersonic missile scientists from an institute in Siberia who are currently facing treason charges in an ongoing trial. Back in May, scientists from the Institute of Theoretical and Applied Mechanics, part of the RAS, or Russian Academy of Sciences Siberian branch, cautioned that these criminal cases could potentially hinder Russia's progress in hypersonic technology. The scientists wrote, "We simply don't understand how to continue our craft." The institute said its members, Anatoly Maslov, Alexander Shiplyuk, and Valery Zivagintsev, are held in custody on treason charges for speaking at conferences abroad, publishing articles in popular magazines, and participating in international projects. Maslow and Shiplyuk were known to have been arrested in the summer of 2022. Professor Anatoly Maslov, age 75, a pioneer in hypersonic technologies, was held on suspicion of treason. Alexander Shiplyuk, 56, was held in a swoop by the FSB counterintelligence agency in Novosibirsk. There's little information regarding Zviagintsev's arrest. He's identified as the founder of a laboratory that deals with hypersonic technology. The RAS scientists argued in their open letter that the allegations against their colleagues were leveled despite scrupulous peer reviews and inspections for restricted information. The Siberian RAS members said these and other treason cases targeting Russian scientists have had a chilling effect on young researchers. It stated, "Dropping levels of research due to aging scientists and the disrupted continuity of the generations of experts will gradually become irreversible and rapid." There have been many reports that indicate President Putin is insecure. A high-ranking Russian security officer who defected in the previous year has provided a unique glimpse into the vigilant way of life of Vladimir Putin. Gleb Krakulov, a former captain of the Federal Protection Service, or FSO, a prominent organization responsible for safeguarding Russia's top officials, revealed that stringent measures were put in place to obscure the whereabouts of the Russian president. He described Putin as pathologically fearful for his safety. Hypersonic weapons are one area where Russia is leading the US. But if this kind of action is taken by President Putin, directly or indirectly, it could hurt Russia in the future. On the contrary, if Russian scientists were actually sharing information with NATO member nations, then it would be a big concern for Russia. Technically, it's a lose-lose situation for Russia. It remains to be seen how the situation develops in the coming days.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.